By the end of his presidential term, everyone had seen his penis, including the press, his cabinet, more than a few leaders and lawmakers. And I guess they saw it at least a couple of times. He would just like right on the, hey, like just out, he even gave it a nickname, Jumbo. I mean, it's bad. You shouldn't do that. But if it's huge and jumbo, if I were a dude, God, I'd be in so much trouble. And I had a big wiener, I would definitely just be like plopping it everywhere. It's big. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't. That's sexual harassment, Bailey. Don't do that. That's why God made me a woman. So you're probably thinking, okay, how is this happening? He's a president. Aren't people like, complaining or something? Well, first off, Johnson was notorious for taking meetings in the bathroom. Now, according to him, this was to, quote, assert dominance. I don't know. This guy he's odd, right? Whenever he had to use the bathroom, he would demand that people follow him in. Then he'd just keep talking like with the door open. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I was thinking because like I was in the bathroom the other day and this girl was having a full-on conversation on the phone while on the toilet. People who talk on the toilet, like that to me is strange. And I know you're out there. I know a lot of you do it because I go to the bathroom a lot, like people do. And sometimes I'll be listening to people having full-on conversations on the phone. And I'm like, dude, if I were on the phone and you're on you can tell when someone's on the bathroom because it echoes and you can hear it flush. It's just bizarre. But do your thing. So one time, allegedly, when he was speaking with a lawmaker, he turned around, dick out, and he asked, like, hey, you ever seen anything this big? Yeah. But actually, I guess LBJ wasn't a big fan of bathrooms. If he wasn't within a few feet of a toilet, he was known to whip out Jumbo and just urinate wherever. One time he was driving around his ranch, drinking scotch and water, his favorite drink. Drinking and driving. And he stopped to take a leak on the side of the road. His Secret Service were following closely behind him, and they actually walked right into the splash zone. Yeah. Apparently one of those Secret Service guys piped up and said, excuse me, Mr. President, like the wind is blowing your pee onto my leg. And Johnson replied, I know. That's my prerogative. Yeah, Johnson didn't really like give a crap what anyone thought of him. Like that is something I admire, but like you can't be whipping out your dick everywhere, dude. Bro, you can't be doing that. According to our expert, he smoked 2 packs a day and drank like a fish. He was even known for taking meetings completely naked. After a 1964 campaign event, he invited White House reporter Frank Cornier into the presidential plane for an interview. I guess it was a really hot day, and according to Frank, Johnson proceeded to remove all of his clothes, including his underwear, and continue the interview like nothing was happening. Like everything was completely normal. Don't ask questions, just accept my story. One time I went to a nudist colony thing and, everyone's naked and they all act completely normal, right? It's fine, it's accepted, love your body, be naked. And I'm like, that's great. I had clothes on. If someone was like sitting and trying to, or like talking to you, do you know how hard it is to not look and just try to look them in the eyes the whole time? Oh, it was such a challenge. Because you want to be like, you can't. Anyway, so he was a nudist. He loved it. He loved to swim naked in the White House pool. And naturally, Johnson wasn't shy about his skinny dipping. Like, he would do it in front of anyone who happened to be there. He even took official meetings, no matter how important, while swimming naked. But even when he was wearing clothes, you were never safe. During meetings, he was known to reach right down like into his pants and adjust himself, like move his junk around. Maybe you've seen guys do that. I know I have. I was at Universal Studios and this guy just out walking full on, he just in his pants, adjusted, and then just put his hands on the railing at the Harry Potter line. I was like, this is why we get the flu and stuff. It's kind of always the men. Sorry, but you guys are nasty. Apparently, Johnson would make his adjustment and his beloved Jumbo the focus of his meetings. He even used his dick to justify war, verbatim telling people that his dick was why the U.S. was in Vietnam. When a group of reporters once asked him why the U.S. was involved in the war, he literally pulled out his dick and said, "This is why." Yeah, I don't know. One time, I guess a new shower was being installed in the White House, and Johnson requested that a special jet be added to shoot water directly at his crotch. At least one of these showers, I guess, still exists. Our expert, Luke Nichter, has even seen the one in LBJ's presidential library in Austin, Texas. And he said, quote, "It looks unrenovated since he was alive." I don't really blame him for that, because like a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, I don't want to group all men together, but you know, I'm sure a lot of guys don't clean that area well. Probably a good thing to have like a shower cleaning it, you know? I don't know, he obviously loved his wiener. Apparently, LBJ's staff told him it would probably be pretty expensive to do that, and he responded, "If I can move 10,000 troops in a day, you can certainly fix the bathroom any way I want." I mean, touche. One of the most well-known Johnson stories comes from a fateful day in August when he was trying to custom order a new pair of pants. Now, with his wiener being so big, Johnson had some special requests about how his pants should fit. Specifically, the crotch should be extra roomy. This is all a direct quote. He told the clothing makers, quote, "The crotch, down where your nuts hang, is always a little too tight. So when you make them up, give me an inch that I can let out there because they cut me. They're just like riding a wire fence. Leave me about an inch from where the zipper ends around back to my bunghole. We have a recording of this for you."
But see if you can't leave me about an inch from where the zipper ends, round under my, back to my bunghole. All right.
Johnson really took making people uncomfortable to a whole new level. I mean, he should get an award for it, really. Now, you might think we're ready to move on to our next character because there's no way President Johnson could get any more unique. I don't know if unique is the word or just like a pervert, right? I think he kind of got off on like showing people his dick. Are there pictures of his dick out there? I'm curious. I just want to see what he was so impressed with.